Hey all, hope you're having a great day. I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of how to actually apply for your JMT permit. So first off, we're going to go to recreation.gov and we're going to type in INYO National Forest permits, okay? And it's going to have a pop-up here, and we want the wilderness permits, okay? Not just the national forest, we want the wilderness permits, okay? So we're going to click on that. And we're gonna wait for the computer to load. Got some, nice views here. Okay, so once we get to this landing page, we're gonna explore available permits, okay? So, it's gonna open up a series of questions here. Permit type, first of all, we want an overnight. We don't want an overnight exiting Mount Whitney because that would mean that we're gonna go summit and then exit Mount Whitney. We are actually just going to summit and then come summit from the west and then come back from the west, or come back from the east to the west down the summit to continue on. We're going to put no for this, and then we're going to put 1 for that. Okay, now it's going to pop up a giant list of sites here, right? So we have Cottonwood Lakes, we have Cottonwood Pass. From what I've read, Cottonwood Lakes is the more strenuous of the two. However, it's more scenic. Cottonwood Pass is a little less mileage, but a little less scenic. But nonetheless, I went with Cottonwood Pass, and so here we go. Right here, there's no reservations available, but look at how many there are already just for this week. I mean, this is just going in this week. So let's just click on the 22nd on Monday. So we still have 8 permits available. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop on that 8 permit train on the 22nd, and we're just going to hit book now. Now, what I did is that these permits actually come available 6 months in advance, okay? I was on them, well, several months before the 6 months came up because I wanted to kind of toggle it around, but they're available 6 months to the date. So that's when I got mine 6 months ago, okay? So just be aware of that. I just set like a time or an alarm on my phone. So one thing you notice when you get up to this page, this red button, 15 minutes. You have 15 minutes to complete the order details for this reservation. That's just simply because there's a lot of people that might be trying to get the permit. So basically, you just go in there, you fill in your stuff, ding. This is why I'm telling you. Now, so trip itinerary. This is why I was saying you need to have an itinerary filled out prior to embarking on your trip. Because what it's going to have you do is it's going to actually have you modify a start date in your detailed availability. So basically, wrong page. It's going to have you select dates for how long you're going to be out there, right? So it's going to give you, it wants you to put in an exit date. Now, what I did with mine is I actually I figured I'd be gone for about 15 days. So, but I'm not going to put just 15 days in my permit, right? Because if something happens where I have to be out there longer, I don't want to have my permit taken away and have to get off trail because something happened and I only have my permit to X day, right? So I, overestimated mine by a few days. So let's just say, the 22nd to the 17th, right? So now here's where you select your camp locations to complete your itinerary. This is what I was talking about. So when you plan your itinerary and you beforehand, which is good, you have to enter in your campsite locations, okay? And so you can leave a couple of these blank, I believe, but you need, for the most part, all of these filled in. You don't have to adhere to these. It's just they want to know where you're at just in case they have to do some sort of a rescue, right? Now here is very important too. So your exit point is going to be Happy Isles, right? And if you're doing the whole JMT, this is your exit. So Happy Isles in Yosemite. 1, obviously you're going to be dog sled. Just kidding. You're going to do foot. Dog sled would be crazy. No animals. So here's where basically are you going to pick up your permit, right? So I'm doing this while COVID's going on. So They said that they were going to email us, but generally what you do is you actually go to the center to pick up your permit. And then you can, but this should be touched on again. You need, not only is this enough to pay for this and do it this way, but you actually need to physically have a copy of your permit, which means you have to stop in at the office, get the permit, and have it with you, a physical copy. Like I said, during COVID, when I go, they're going to email it to me, and then I just get to print it out because they don't want the extra interaction. But generally, that's what you do. I don't know what it'll look like for 2021. You can kind of toggle you can, have them help you out, let them know if you're going to be late, if they close, especially if you're taking the shuttle, right? And that's about it. You just hit yes. Now, sometimes if I remember correctly, once you got down to about 5 minutes, you could actually re-up this time here. So make sure it's thorough, right? Like, don't obviously, throw things at the wall and, hope they're going to be good. Make sure that it's thorough. It's only about $11 for a permit, man, to hike one of the most beautiful scenic places in the world. So I highly recommend taking this route. You can get this permit every single year if you want to. You're just going to be tacking on extra miles, and that's it. So I hope you learned something. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comments below. Thank you.